Love Ki Ghanti 1. You can't decide when it rings. Written by Mr. Deepak Satya. Chapter 22. A Perfect Boy. Talking about children, two types of children are found in almost every house in Bharat. First are boys and second are girls. Both types of children live under one roof. They have the same parents and the same grandparents, yet both of them receive different types of upbringing. Are you a girl? Why are you afraid? This dialogue is recited to boys many times so that they become brave. At the same time, girls are made aware of the fears of the world and are reminded, be a girl, don't try to be brave like boys. That means first teach girls to be afraid. Teach them until they lose all their courage and start getting scared for 1,000 reasons every second. When girls become so adept at being scared that they start getting scared even while imagining things, tell the boys that the most fearful creature in this world is named girl. Then motivate the boys by saying that if you do not develop 1,000,000 types of courage within yourself, then you too will turn into a girl. If we understand in simple words, it is about the time when Satan first entered Bharat. He saw that in Bharat, people are not unnecessarily discriminated between men and women. That means our ancient Bharatiya people did not divide themselves into men and women. That is, there was not even a ghost of Mardanagi, manhood, in the minds of ancient Bharatiya men, and there was not even a ghost of Mahalatav, womanhood, in the minds of ancient Bharatiya women. That is, while respecting each other, they all thought every moment about how they could contribute to their society. Satan felt that in such an environment, he would not be able to create division among Bharatiyas. Then Satan secretly created the ghost of Mardanagi in the minds of some ancient Bharatiya men, and the ghost of Mahalatav in the minds of some ancient Bharatiya women. As a result, some people started considering themselves better than the rest without any reason. After a few years, Satan noticed that men accepted slavery more easily than women. That is, men quickly adopted Satan's evil practices. He did not know the reason for this, but he took advantage of this opportunity and started calling men great and making women look inferior. Obviously, women did not accept themselves as insignificant, and men started the journey of becoming great in their imagination in real life. Every coin has two sides. The same applies to Mardanagi. If Mardanagi has its advantages, it also has its disadvantages. Now, since Mardanagi is an imaginary and unnatural feeling, that feeling often starts disappearing. Satan keeps trying his best to awaken a feeling in his slaves again and again, but still this feeling disappears. When this happened to the men enslaved by Satan in ancient Bharat, they were horrified. What are you being great about? In this world, neither anyone is great, nor is anyone insignificant. You are an ordinary creature. Contribute to society by doing work of your choice. Why are you sitting idle like this? Hey, contribute to society by using the physical strength that Mother Nature has given you, so that the strength given to you by Mother Nature is meaningful and you too get true happiness. Such things started coming to their minds. Seeing the imaginary greatness vanishing from the minds of his slaves, Satan started giving them new imaginary fears. Like, no one will respect you from now on. People will make fun of you. It is better to die without honor. Now your identity will become that of a coward and a failed person. The men enslaved by Satan began to fear these satanic thoughts. Various types of insecurities started troubling them. Those poor slave men did not know that just as the feeling of Mardanagi is imaginary, similarly, the insecurities arising from imaginary Mardanagi are also imaginary. Frightened by their imaginary insecurities, the mental systems of Satan's enslaved men felt as if they would collapse due to fear. So their inner defense mechanism advised them to find a creature that was more afraid than him. So that after seeing it living its life, you feel that you are not the only one who is living despite being afraid. Then the evil slaves of ancient Bharat discovered many such creatures, which made them feel better after seeing them. You will be surprised to know that this incident, which happened thousands of years ago, continues to happen every day even today. Thousands of men are convinced that there is no man as great as him. Therefore, various types of imaginary insecurities keep arising within them all the time due to imaginary Mardonagi. Whenever these insecurities scare them, they look for weaker creatures around them who make them feel better. Now just think, how will those scared men feel if they see confident women around them? Those women have been seen as timid and non-confident creatures since old times. Surely they will not like it because modern men are more mentally enslaved than ancient men. The building of the imaginary Mardonagi of those slave men is 1 million meters longer than the building of the imaginary Mardonagi of the ancient slave men. In such a situation, they not only feel bad seeing independent and confident women, but their imaginary Mardonagi also feels very nervous. In such a situation, the slave mind of those slave men advises them that it is not right that they get to see courageous women often. Therefore, make such a system in which women are stripped of their courage and confidence, and they are declared the most fearful creatures in this world. This system should be so effective that women actually start considering themselves timid and weak. The result of this is that the men of our civilized society, instead of reforming bad men, take advantage of their evil deeds and start scaring women with 1,000 types of imaginary fears right from birth. Gradually, women accept those imaginary fears as real and start getting scared in different ways. This is called the imaginary atmosphere of fear, which by the year 2012 had transformed into an atmosphere of real fear. Due to the environment of fear in which Bharatiya girls are brought up, the art of looking sideways has automatically developed within them. Bharatiya girls do not let anyone have a clue, and also keep an eye on all the things happening around them. Babita also used to do something similar. Babita was definitely suspicious of the young man, i.e. Raju, who was seen every day at the bus stop, but since there were other girls there too, she was not sure that Raju used to come there because of her. Babita's doubt turned into belief the day she saw Raju in the canteen. Instead of concentrating on his work, Raju was secretly watching her. Due to her experience, Babita immediately understood that Raju followed her to the bus stop. As always, Babita's first reaction came in the form of denial. Babita, who had rejected the proposals of many boys in her school life, had to face this problem even after coming to the university. To put it in proper terms, she had rejected more boys in her entire school life, and in just a few months of university she had rejected twice as many boys. After being admitted to the university, she had become so practiced in rejecting proposals that she used to say sorry in her mind as shortly as she saw boys. She did exactly the same for Raju. Babita had noticed that the university boys did not have the same patience as the school boys. They proposed to her every day. Many times Babita used to get 3 proposals in a day. Some would try to impress her in the class by acting intelligent, and some would try to impress her by doing comedy. Some would try to woo her by flashing money in the canteen, and some would try to woo her by showing her their car or bike in the parking lot. There were some boys who used to ask Babita as momentarily as they saw her for the first time, "Will you befriend me?" When Babita politely refused them, they would immediately start impressing the next girl. This also removed the misconception that Babita had had during her school days. I am so beautiful and sweet that boys can't control themselves. Babita started thinking this when she got proposals from many boys during her school days. It is possible for this to happen to anyone, so it was not new for Babita to think like this. But within a week of joining the university, she got a reality check. The boys at the university made Babita realize that only innocent schoolboys fall into the trap of love, whereas university boys are only interested in fun. They only wanted females with whom they could spend romantic time, and even have physical relations if they got the chance. Therefore, they were not concerned with the appearance or behavior of females. It would be fair to say that university boys try to woo all the girls in a very democratic way, because they look at all the girls in the same way. In the beginning, Babita noticed that girls who were much less beautiful than her had received the same number of proposals as her. After that, through her friends, she also came across some girls who had 3 to 4 boyfriends. All those boyfriends also had 3 to 4 girlfriends. It means I am not special. This statement came out of Babita's mouth within a month. Babita did not express it, but she felt very bad. It was as if you promised to treat girls as queens before marriage, and after marriage make them free maids who work 24 hours a day, 7 days a year. With time, Babita got used to this fact, and also got into the habit of saying no to boys as momentarily as she saw them. This was the reason why her first reaction to seeing Raju was in form of denial. Another priest of lust, Babita's mind said as shortly as she saw Raju, because her experience had told her that all the boys in the university are like this. But in the last 15 days, something started happening in her mind for Raju. Raju did not know that he was the perfect choice for Babita. There was nothing about Raju like the university boys. There was nothing like the schoolboys in him. Raju was a unique creature of his kind. On top of that, he was also poor and submissive. That's why he had not been able to talk to her for so many days. Raju did not even ask her the time. Almost all the passengers coming to the bus stop would see the watch in Babita's hand and ask her the time. This is the easiest way for boys to start a conversation with a girl, but Raju did not do this either. Another easy way to start a conversation with girls is to ask if the university bus has left. Even this was not asked by Raju. This clearly meant that Raju was the most timid and submissive boy in this world. Raju had similar thoughts for himself. He also cursed himself every day. I wish he had known that this was his quality, due to which started happening to Babita. Babita felt like Raju like herself. Babita considered herself the poorest, most timid and submissive girl in the world. Had she not had the support of her elder sister Shabnam, she would never have been able to reach university. Whenever Babita talked about hiding at home, due to fear of boys, Shabnam used to inspire her by giving all kinds of examples. The world's poorest, most timid and submissive girl had started falling in love with the world's poorest, most timid and submissive boy. Attachment is the first natural note, which eventually becomes the tune of natural love. He came. Even today he wears simple clothes. It is good he looks good in it. Will he dare to come to me today? I don't think so, but he will have to muster courage. Well, my case is different, but if he remains silent like this, then no girl will ever dream that there is cooch in your mind for her. Has cooch started happening in my mind too? Stop all nonsense and concentrate on your studies. Don't forget what you have come to do in the university. These were the thoughts that often started coming into Babita's mind, as momentarily as she saw Raju coming. For the last week, Babita was doing the same thing that those middle-aged women were apprehensive about a few months ago. Those women believed that this girl was pretending to study. With a book in her hand, she looks at the boys passing by. Well, for the last 7 days, Babita was not looking at the boys, but she was not even able to read any of the letters written in the notebook. Raju was all over on her mind. Raju, unaware of Babita's state of mind, completely cooled down after a month. He used to go to the bus stop every day, but he was convinced that he would only be able to see Babita's hair every day. He will never be able to see Babita's lovely face from the front. One day when Raju was working in the canteen very sad, the canteen owner Mathur called him and asked, "Is there any problem?" "No, Uncle G, there is nothing like that," Raju replied, showing a fake smile. "Just make such a cute face and come with me. Please give tea to that sir over there. He comes here rarely. Talk to him the best way you talk to the all. Ask for something to eat also. Do some magic that he comes here every day," the canteen owner said, pointing towards a lecturer. Raju looked at the lecturer, and immediately the real sadness, along with the fake smile on his face, disappeared. Now there was only tension on his face. "Why don't you come to class these days? The well-known lecturer asked the same question about which Raju was tense. Raju remembered why he had joined the university.